Creighton is giving Walmart Christian Grey vibes. I will say that this is the filthiest book I ever did read. Ever. It's a psychopath trope. Was it healthy? That's another good question. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Maddie if you're new here, and in today's video I am going to be reading the entire Legacy of God series by Rina Kent. I am in the mood to read some dark romance, so I figured why the hell not? And Larry Reads on YouTube read the 5th book in this series, Gods of Fury, and she said it is her favorite book of all time. It's the best book in the series, and I just knew I couldn't jump right in and start with the 5th book. I feel like I had to do this the right way and start with book 1 in the series so I know what the world, what the universe is all about, so I can really appreciate it by the time I get to the 5th book. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is your warning now not to read these books before you read the trigger warnings or the author's note, because this series is very dark and concerning. But you know what? Sometimes I like to read dark romance because it truly is unlike anything you've ever read before. Dark romance, you really never know what's gonna happen, and so there's some excitement behind that, you know? Sometimes you're just scared. And this is actually a college dark romance, which makes it all the more concerning, but nonetheless fun. And I decided to go with this series because the Rina Kent universe is massive, and so many people love her writing, and I want to see what it's all about. I'm ready to join the fan club. Let's get into the first book. Okay guys, so I've been the worst little vlogger, but here are some updates with God of Malice. The first chapter, and I can't remember if the second chapter, but the first few chapters are jarring. Definitely if you don't read this as your first dark romance, that's for sure. If you're looking to get into dark romance, I recommend the Never After series by Emily McIntyre. Definitely start with those. This is a whole other level and it's concerning. So right away I was like, I don't know if this is going to be for me, but I kept reading for the sake of the video and because I really want to read God of Fury, because that is Larissa's favorite book in the series and favorite book of all time, and I feel like I just can't I can't just start with the 5th book. I have to start with the first book, at least read a few of them so I know the world and the universe, and then read God of Fury. Also, the author's note literally warns you that Killian, which is the male main character, she warns you that he's a psychopath and you're not really supposed to root for him. This is just his story, so beware. It's a psychopath trope. Can't say I've read one of those before, but yeah. And the female main character is a good girl, so it's good girl psychopath trope. But I do like a good girl bad boy trope. This is just the next level. Other than that, there was a moment where he was like, touch her and I'll kill you. So we love to see that. I do love that moment. There have been maybe like 2 moments where I was actually rooting for Killian and Glendon. Is it Glendon or Glenn? I have rooted for them, which is concerning, but there were 2 cute moments, and I was like, okay. Other than that, it's kind of slowed down for me. I'm at the 60% mark, so I'll check back in with you guys when something crazy happens, which I'm sure it will. Okay, so someone tell me why I'm kickling my feet and giggling from that line. Like, this man, he cares about her. He does not love her. Hopefully he does, we'll see, but I don't know why that just made me giddy. She's my girl. She's your girl, but you treat her like trash. Okay, I have an hour left of God of Malice. Let's see if I can power through and finish this sucker tonight. We'll keep you guys updated. Bye. Not the author's note saying you're not supposed to like Killian, he's a psychopath, and then me slightly liking him. Am I a psychopath? Yes. Okay, so this book is from the point of view of Glendon, or Glenn, I don't know what the hell her name is, and Killian, but at the ending there are chapters from each of their parents. So Glenn's parents, well, I think I've only seen her mom so far, but I've seen both of Killian's parents, point of view and tell me why their chapters were the cutest chapters. And apparently there's another series, Rina Kent's original series, that follows the parents. So I need to look into that because that might be better than this series, because just from those 2 chapters I was like, this is so cute. Okay, now I'm cringing so hard. This book is a roller coaster. Okay guys, I am back with a lot of updates. I finished God of Malice by Rina Kent. And honestly, I don't know what to rate it. I've been having a hard time rating books lately. I know it's not 5 stars. I know it's not 4 stars. I'm thinking 3.5 is a good rating. And here are some thoughts I had as I was finishing the book. Okay, the declaration at the end, I think it was chapter 39. That was kind of cute, you know. I was like, dang, I did not know Killian could be cute and heartfelt. But I guess he can be when his girl is in danger. This is a random thought I just had. Honestly, the most shocking part of this book is that Killian is supposed to be a doctor. He's not responsible at all. He's dangerous. He's literally a villain. How is he a doctor? Whatever. And I don't know when Killian and Glenn's, I'm never gonna learn this girl's name, Killian and Glenn's connection started. I don't know how, but I did start to believe it at the end. In the beginning, I was like, how are you guys, like, how does he even like her? I don't understand. I mean, I guess I kind of figured it out at the end, but their connection was actually believable at the end. Was it healthy? That's another good question. Oh, and then Killian's epilogue, I guess the last chapter, I was shook. I did not know that that's where the direction was going. I liked it. Okay, that's all I have to say. Let's get right into God of Pain is the second one, and it is about Annika? This is gonna be another video where I just pronounce the character's name wrong the whole entire time. Annika and Creighton, their relationship. This should be interesting. I'm not that interested in Annika's character, but we'll see. We'll see if I grow to love her. Oh, my other realization with the Rina Kent universe is that these books are the last books in the series. So she's got like over 30 books and they all are in the same universe. There's like crossover from characters and other books that come into this one. These characters go in other series. Obviously, I haven't noticed that yet because I haven't read the first 30 books in this universe. But you also don't have to read all of them for it to make sense. Like this series, Legacy of Gods, can be read as a standalone series, or you can just read the books by themselves. You don't have to read the series, but I kind of want to. So there's that. Look up the Rina Kent reading order online. Just Google it if you want to do this the right way. But I also don't think there is a wrong way. Bye. Hey guys, so surprise. It's January 11th. I haven't filmed since January 6th. And I also haven't read since then. I'm kind of in a book slump. But let me do some updates. I think in the last clip I said I wasn't excited to start God of Pain because I didn't really care about Annika's story, since she was kind of made out to be like a princess, like a brat in the first book. But I started reading it and I actually really like her character. Like, I'm glad I get to see a different side of her. But I hate the male main character in this story. I can't even remember his name. Oh, Creighton? I don't like him at all. So I think I read until about 40% and then I just haven't thought about it since then. Basically, Creighton is giving Walmart Christian Grey vibes, which is weird because I like 50 Shades of Grey, but I don't like Creighton. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the spice scenes. I'm not understanding if there's even plot in this one, so that's good. I do, however, want to eventually get to God of Fury, so I think I'm gonna DNF God of Pain. The only other couple I really care about besides the couple in God of Fury is, I think, Cecily and could it be Jeremy that end up together? I don't know. I kind of want to read about their story because it's like another good girl, bad boy trope. I'll let you guys know if I start reading that and what I think of it, or if I just skip that and go straight to God of Fury, because that's the one that everybody loves. And I don't feel bad DNFing God of Pain because it has the lowest rating of all the books in this series on Goodreads. so I'm not crazy. What's really crazy is that I preferred Killian, the literal psychopath in the first book, than Creighton. What's wrong with me? We'll update you guys in a few days if I pick up a book again. Ugh, I'm in a book slump. Help me. Come here. Ready? Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Look at that tail wag. Look at that tail wag. Hey guys. I put this video on hold for like 2 weeks, but I'm back. So I think in my last update I said I was gonna DNF the second book, which was God of Pain, and I did. But then I told myself I was gonna read Jeremy's story because it was like a good girl bad boy trope, because it's about Cecily as well. I can't pronounce any name ever, so send me to jail. But then I actually didn't read that either. Instead, I just jumped right into God of Fury, which is an romance between Brandon and Nikolai. Tell me why I started it last night. I read 5% last night. I sat down today for like an hour straight and I'm on 30%. It is good. It is good. I started this whole video because I wanted to get to God of Fury, but I felt like I had to read all of the other books in order. And that almost put me in a reading slump. So I don't know why I just didn't pick up God of Fury to begin with, because I would have been fine. There's not much world building. It's just like a batshit crazy world. I can't believe how much I'm liking it. Like, obviously it's crazy and I probably won't recommend it to anybody because it is a dark romance, but I'm really liking it and I think I'm absolutely going to love their relationship. So I'll come back to you guys either tonight or tomorrow sometime. I have a feeling I'm gonna finish this weekend. It's Friday night right now. Nowhere else I'd rather be than reading in my bed. See ya. Okay, so this has the trope where the guy is literally mean to everybody else, hates the whole world except to the person he loves. And as much as I love a fluffy romance where the characters are nice to each other and there's never any miscommunications, I also love that Nikolai would beat up the entire world for Brandon. I love that. Hey guys! So I think in my last clip I was talking about how I am flying through God of Fury. I am now 50% done with it, and well, first of all, I would never recommend this to anyone ever, and I'm honestly kind of scared to post this on the internet because I don't want people to know I'm reading this dirty, filthy book. But I'm doing it for the video. Yeah, so one, I would never recommend it unless you like dark romance or just like really smutty books, because it'd be like that. But also, I don't know if I can see myself rating it 5 stars. I like it so much better than the other books in this series. It's a lot of back and forth though. Like, we're only 50% through it right now, and I just feel like the main character's relationship is just off and on, off and on, off and on. So I'm kind of wondering what the major issue is going to be, because the off and on thing, if that keeps going the whole time, I'm done. I'm not interested. But I do really like it, and I like how much Nikolai is obsessed with Brandon. Even when they're in their on and off phases, he's like, that's who I want to be with. I don't know how much more reading I'm gonna get done today. I need to clean up this house. It is a disaster. But I will let you guys know if anything crazy happens. I'm so glad I'm finally back on track and finishing this video. Hopefully. See you later, haters. Oh my god, I meant to say this too. I wrote down that I honestly like slow burns. I didn't think I was a slow burn girly, but I have a hard time finishing books where characters hook up right away, because it just feels like the relationship was purely physical. Like, that's why I stopped reading Icebreaker. That's why I didn't really like the second book in this series and stuff like that. I just feel like I need their relationship to develop first before they get together. I don't know. Maybe I'm a slow burn girly. Maybe I should try Mariana Zapata, because people say that her books are so slow burn that the characters don't even kiss until like 90% through with the book. And I mentioned this because this is not a slow burn. Well, I don't know. The relationship is a slow burn because they're not admitting that they're together, but it's very physical. Bye for real this time. Surprise! I did get a few productive things done and cleaned up the house a little bit, but I've been laying here reading for a while. I'm at 70%. You can tell I'm reading on my side because look at my hair and my cheek right here. I've been laying like this, reading my Kindle. The only way to read your Kindle is just like this, like you're about to fall asleep. And a few chapters ago, the book got so much deeper. And I'm here for it. I'm here for plot. And also, it kind of made me almost want to cry. So I love when a book makes you feel all the emotions. Surprise, I'm still laying here an hour later and really cute part just happened. Bye. I need to go to bed. Good morning. Hey guys, it is the next day. I ended up finishing God of Fury yesterday morning. I woke up and I had to figure out what was gonna happen. So I read the last 30% in like an hour, if that's even possible. I don't exactly remember. And here are my thoughts on it. Definitely my favorite book of the series that I've read. I know I technically only finished one other book, but I did DNF God of Pain, so I'm gonna let that count for something. It's not a 5-star read for me, but if I was a dark romance girly and I only read dark romances, this would definitely be a favorite of mine, but I don't know. I'm just not obsessed with this series. I would rate this pretty high though. I feel like 3.75 or 4 stars, and that is because I know earlier in this video I said like what's the main plot gonna be because it's so much back and forth, but it did end up getting deeper, and I think I explained that in the clip last night. It did get a whole lot more meaningful, and so I appreciate that. I'm also confused about this whole world because it's supposed to be like a mafia romance and they always mention the mafia, but that doesn't really play into it. All they do is beat each other up. So is that what the mafia does? I mean maybe that's what the mafia is, but they don't really explain their family ties and why everybody's so rich and famous, and I just don't get that part. So that part's confusing to me in the whole series, not just this book. But I love that it got deeper. From 70% on, I was hooked. I was swiping through my Kindle. I was obsessed. I will say that this is the filthiest book I ever did read. Ever. But at the same time, there were some really cute quotes. So make that make sense. There were some memorable moments that I will definitely think about if I ever think about this book again. And it was funny because the ending was very similar to God of Malice's ending. The same way like the parents were brought into it and there were chapters from the parents' perspective. That happened in both books. So if I read every single book in this series, I feel like that part would get a little repetitive if it's the same setup. But in the first book, I loved the parents' point of view, and I also loved it in this book as well. So that was fun to see their point of view of the whole situation again. And it was the same parents because it was Glenn's brother who was the main character in this book. I mean, I had fun reading this book. Would I ever tell anybody I ever read this book? No. But I can see why so many people like it. It just wasn't a 5-star read for me. And with that, we have come to the end of this video finally. I have been filming this video since the end of December. It is now January 23rd, and I ended up only reading 2 books in the Rina Kent universe. I broadened my horizons. I don't know, sorry guys, I feel like this video sucked. If you want to read God of Fury and you haven't read any other books in the series, honestly, just go into God of Fury. That's my recommendation. It can be a complete standalone and you can still appreciate the book 100%, even if you haven't read the other books in the series. Let's wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video and if you don't hate me, and subscribe down below because I post book videos every week and I would love for you guys to stick around. See ya!